Hi, I'm Sil, and this is Slow Easy English. Today, I'm going to tell you how you can improve your listening when you are listening to native English speakers. Now, right now, I am speaking to you slowly, and I'm using easier words than in regular conversation. I'm also pronouncing my words a little bit more clearly. Not 100% a little bit more clearly, but I am pronouncing a little bit more clearly than when I speak with my friends or with my family. So I'm going to show you a couple of tricks today, or actually, not really tricks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to explain how native speakers speak and how sometimes the pronunciation of words change. So today, I'd like to show you how the word and the word or, their pronunciations change in natural speech. When we speak slowly and clearly, we might pronounce and or. But when we speak in natural speech, often, not always, but very often, and changes to just It's just an N sound, a very short N sound. And this can be very difficult to hear when you're not a native English speaker. Part of the problem is that it is very short, it's very fast, and usually, actually not usually, always, it's always unstressed. There's no stress, so it is said in a very low voice, okay? So let me give you some examples. Here I have 5 examples. The first one is 256. Now, if I say it very clearly, 256, it's very easy to hear. But when I say it naturally, it's a little faster, but the speed is not the problem. Sometimes, even if you speak slowly, it's still a problem because the pronunciation actually changes. So if I say this naturally, I will say 256. 256. Did you hear the and? 256. It's very fast and it's very weak. So it may be very difficult to hear, but it's there and I can hear it very easily. Native English speakers can hear it with no problem. 256. Now if I slow it down, but I'll try to keep my pronunciation natural, but just a little bit slower. 256. 256. 256. I feel like I'm in a slow motion movie. 256. Did you hear it? I'm sure you did. But nobody speaks that slowly. So, can you hear this? 256. Okay? Now, the next one, if I say it clearly, a black and white TV. All the words are very clearly pronounced. A black and white TV. In natural English, a black and white TV. A black and white TV. Can you hear the and? A black and white TV. A black and white TV. Even slowly. A black and white TV. The third sentence, let's meet between 8 and 9. 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 The fourth sentence, red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. Slowly. Red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. Can you hear it? And the fifth sentence, I had 2 eggs and some toast. Easy, right? I had 2 eggs and some toast. I had 2 eggs and some toast. I think maybe it's easier to hear this time. I had 2 eggs and some toast. I had 2 eggs and some toast. What did you have for breakfast? I had 2 eggs and some toast. Okay, I hope that this helped you hear the word and when it's pronounced as just a short n sound. Now, for or often becomes and it too is unstressed, so there's no stress. It's not a strong, a loud sound. So it's unstressed, it's short, it's weak. If I say this clearly, do you want an apple or a pear? Do you want an apple or a pear? Now let me say it quickly so you know speed is not really the problem. Do you want an apple or a pear? Do you want an apple or a pear? Do you want an apple or a pear? See, even though I spoke quickly, you probably understood. Let me say it slowly, but with natural, with natural pronunciation. Do you want an apple or a pear? 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 Now here, when I speak slowly, becomes or a little bit more. Do you want an apple or a pear? Do you want an apple or a pear? There you go, that's more natural. It's slow, but the pronunciation is more natural. Sorry about the first one there. Okay, do you want an apple or a pear? Do you want an apple or a pear? In this case, by the way, just a quick note, when I say with this intonation, do you want an apple or a pear? This is asking you to choose between apple or pear. But sometimes I don't want to ask you to choose one or the other. Maybe I'm asking you if you want anything. I have apples and pears. Would you like one? Maybe an apple or a pear? You can answer no, I don't want anything. Or you can answer, sure, I'll have a pear, please. The way the intonation sounds when I'm asking you, do you want something? Either an apple or a pear. My intonation sounds like, do you want an apple or a pear? 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 If I ask you to make a choice, choose one or the other, please. Do you want an apple or a pear? Do you want an apple or a pear? So you see the intonation changes the meaning of the sentence. Okay, anyway, back to the pronunciation lesson. Okay, the second sentence for or. Would you like some tea or coffee? Again, I could say, would you like some tea or coffee? And that is asking you, do you want something? Yes or no? And if yes, which one? Would you like some tea or coffee? Would you like some tea or coffee? Can you hear the or? It's very short and it's very weak. Would Would you like some tea or coffee? Let's say it more slowly. Would you like some tea or coffee? Would you like some tea or coffee? I feel silly speaking that slowly, but I hope it helps. Now, if I'm asking you to choose one, I will give you tea or coffee. Please choose. Would you like some tea or coffee? Would you like some tea or coffee? Would you like some tea or coffee? Tea or coffee? Tea or coffee? Would you like some tea or coffee? The is the or becomes and the is very short, very quick, and very weak. I can meet you around 8 or 9. I can meet you around 8 or 9. By the way, just a quick note, I will do another video on this another time. Meet you can be pronounced meet you. That's very clear though. In natural English, we often change the pronunciation to meet you or meet you. I will tell you more about that in another video. But for today, concentrate on or. I can meet you around 8 or 9. I can meet you around 8 or 9. 8 or 9. 8 or 9. I think it's easier to hear the or in this sentence. 8 or 9. I can meet you around 8 or 9. I usually have chicken or pork. I usually have chicken or pork. I usually have chicken or pork. Chicken or pork. I usually have chicken or pork. I usually have chicken or pork. I usually have chicken or pork. And the last sentence for today, you can have one or the other, but not both. I had no space to write that, so. But if the sentence was, you can have one or the other, choose one, but you cannot have both, so. You can have one or the other. 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 Can you hear the or? You can have one or the other becomes you can have one or the other. 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 So, you can have one or the other. Now, let's recap. I'm going to read all the sentences in natural pronunciation and natural speed, okay? Remember, it's not the same thing. You can speak very quickly with unnatural pronunciation, very clear, too clear. You might use that, for example, on a cell phone when the reception is not good. What? I can't hear you. I said I can meet you at 8 or 9, for example, okay? But in normal, natural speech, at home or anywhere where hearing is not a problem, then we often, not always, nothing is 100%. Almost nothing is 100%. But we do very often change the pronunciation of both and or. Okay, one more time to review. 256. A black and white TV. Let's meet between 8 and 9. Red, white, and blue. I had 2 eggs and some toast. Can you hear that? Can you hear the and? If not, review. Or, do you want an apple or a pear? Would you like some tea or coffee? I can meet you at around 8 or 9. I usually have chicken or pork. You can have one or the other. If you heard that, very good. If not, you need to review. Listen to it. Listen for that and the It's there. It's there in every sentence. If you can't hear it, then you have to learn how to hear it. Because sometimes it can make a big difference. So, that's it for this lesson. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel, tell your friends, go on TV and tell them, no, I'm joking about that, but do please tell other people who might benefit from this video and this lesson. And please come back, because I will be putting up more videos on pronunciation, on grammar, on vocabulary, all kinds of things, so you can improve your English. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.